So, good morning to all of you. Last class we had completed up to chapter 3 and I had posted the question answers also of that chapter. I hope you all have completed it by now. And we have total 6 chapters for our term 1 and we'll try to complete it. So most probably one more video I'll be posting on Saturday along with the exercise of chapter 4. With that our chapter will get completed. And I really want all of you to go through all the videos thoroughly because many things are there which in advance, if you will read once in online classes, it will help you to understand it in a proper way. Okay, so today we are going to start with chapter 4, that is data representation in computer. So let's start with this. See, we all know that our computers understands only binary digits like 0 and 1 only. Anything which we type from keyboard, that also gets converted in a combination of zeros and 1. Whatever language we understand, whatever characters we type from the keyword, computer doesn't understand those characters, words or any sentences. It has to be converted to machine language. And how those combination of zeros and ones are used, like electronic pulses are there internally in computer. So the presence of a pulse in a circuit is represented by 1 and its absence by 0. And 0 and 1 are called binary digits or bits in short. Okay, so these are the memory units which are used for showing the storage capacity of any device, let it be a hard disk or your RAM, any device which is having the storage capacity will be shown in these terms only. Okay, so the minimum limit of storage is bit, then comes byte. Okay, byte is basically a combination of 8 bits, like 4 times 1, 4 times 0. Altogether it becomes 8 bits. So instead of writing 8 bits, it is basically written as a 1 byte. And 8 bits are used for representing a character in computer. Then comes nibble. Nibble, you can say it is half of byte because it is basically represented by 4 bits, like 0 0 0, 4 times 0, or any other combination of zeros and 1. If I'm writing 1 0 1 0 1, then 0011, so these all are 4 bits. So instead of writing 4 bits, you will be saying that it is a nibble. Next, the different storage units. As I told, 8 bits will make 1 byte. This sequence you need to learn, and not only in this class, it will be means useful for higher classes also. So better you will learn it in this class only. 8 bits is equivalent to 1 byte. Then 1024 bytes. Remember, after this byte, here also byte, kilobyte, megabyte, gigabyte, this way it goes on. And it's not like that only terabyte is there, many more storage like exabyte, petabyte, yottabyte, but in your book it is given up to terabytes only. Okay, so we have 8 bits equals to 1 byte, then 1024 bytes equals to 1 KB, then 1024 kilobytes is 1 megabyte, then 1024 megabytes equals to 1 gigabyte, 1024 gigabytes equals to 1 terabyte. And all these storage units acronyms I have written in this bracket, so you need to learn this also. Next comes coding systems in computer, means which scheme and coding scheme is basically used by computers for representing the characters internally in computer. Earlier they used to have BCD code, which stands for binary coded decimal code. In this, basically 6 bits were used for representing a character, and in computer, since we have 2 digits, every bit will be shown as a power of 2. So 2 to the power 6, and 6 bits are there, 2 to the power 6, it comes 64 characters. So if you are using BCD code, in this you will be able to show only 64 characters. But if you have more than this, then the next is encoding scheme will have to use. So another one we have extended binary coded decimal interchange code. It is EBCDIC code. Okay, this is an extended version of BCD which uses 8 binary digits. BCD was using 6 bits, so 2 to the power 6, 64 characters only. But EBCDIC uses 8 bits, so 2 to the power 8 becomes 256 characters. So if you want more storage capacity, you will have to go to EBCDIC, where you can represent 256 characters in one go. Next comes with, this is the most famous, and this is used nowadays frequently in all the microcomputers. Okay, so here we have American Standard Code for Information Interchange, which is the acronym for this is ASCII code. Okay, and it is also having two variations. One uses 7 bits and another one uses 8 bits, ASCII 7 or ASCII 8. If you are following ASCII 7, then it will be able to represent only 128 characters, and if you are following ASCII 8, then it will be representing 256 characters. I hope you have understood how the number of characters we are taking out. 7 bits means 2 to the power 7, it becomes 128. 8 bits means 2 is to power 8, it becomes 256 characters. Okay, and the most frequently used out of these two are ASCII 8, which is frequently used in microcomputers nowadays. Now let me show you the conversion chart. Decimal number system is that number system which we use. Okay, like we have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, all these combinations we use. Now 0 is represented by this. All these combinations are there for binary. Then octal is a number system which will be shown like this. Then hexadecimal by this. Here the chart which I have downloaded, I think it is having some problem. Up to 0 to 7 only. Okay, here up to this only if you will consider, because octal is having the base of 8 only. Okay, so now I'm going to show you all the arithmetic operations on binary numbers, whether it is addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. And keep it in mind that next means the coming Saturday, one more video I'll post. Please go through that video also and complete your work, because if we'll complete our syllabus on time, we'll get more time for revision. Okay, so let's start with the arithmetic operations of binary numbers. So now we'll learn about different number systems which are used for representing the data or the characters internally in computer. So we have 4 number systems: binary number system, decimal number system, octal number system, and hexadecimal number system. Today we'll learn about binary number system and what are the different arithmetic additions or arithmetic operations which can be performed on these numbers we'll learn today. For that, let me tell you about binary numbers. We know that our computer understands only 2 digits, that is 0 and 1. In digital computers, these 2 digits are basically used for representing the electronic pulses. If in the presence of an electronic pulse, it will be represented by 1 and its absence will be shown by the digit 0. Binary, it is basically starts from bi, means 2 digits. So we have 2 digits, 0 and 1. In other words, 0 and 1 are also known as bit. Its full form will be binary digit. So today all the arithmetic operations we are going to learn, and how addition, subtraction, multiplication and division can be performed on these numbers we'll learn. Okay, so let's start with addition. All the possible combinations of zeros and ones we'll write, and for writing that, in the beginning, since 2 digits are only there, so 2 to the power 2, total 4 combinations will come. Which 4 combinations? In the beginning, 2 zeros and 2 ones. Then next time in the second row, 0, 1, 0, 1. So these are the 4 combinations which will be there. Whenever you will add 0 plus 0, it will be equivalent to 0. 0 plus 1 will be equivalent to 1. 1 plus 0 will be equivalent to 1. And if you will add 1 plus 1, it will be 0 with a carry 1, which will go to the next higher value. Okay, so let's take one example through which I'll be showing you how to add these numbers. The example given in your book is, here one more thing you need to remember. Each and every number system is having a base. What is that base? Base is the total number of digits used in a number system. So since I told in binary number system we have only 2 digits to be used. So base of binary number system will be 2. Same way for decimal number system the total number of digits are 8. Sorry, it's 10. So the base will be 10. It takes number from 0 to 9. So altogether these digits will be in total 10. Then for octal number system it takes 0 to 7. So altogether 8 and its base will be 8. Same way the total number of digits used in hexadecimal number system is 16. So base of hexadecimal number is 16. You can recognize a number in which number system it is written just by looking at the base of the number. Let me write one number. Suppose the number is 10001 and another number is 1111. So this way you need not write. You will have to give the base by putting the number in bracket and at the subscript at the bottom part you will have to mention the base. We know that in binary number system if the number is represented its base is 2. So 2 will be written at the bottom part. Same way for 4 times 1 also 2 will be written and we want to add these true numbers then final output will also have the base as 2. So let's add it now. For that, we'll write the number first. First number is written. Now for writing the second number, start from right hand side. It's 1, 1, 1 and 1. Okay. We know that 1 plus 1 is equivalent to 0 with a carry 1. So 1 plus 1 will write here 0 and that carry will go to the next sequence. So here we'll have 3 digits altogether. Again the same case, it is 1 plus 1. How much it will be? It will be again 0 and 1 carry will go on top. Again 1 plus 1, 0 and with a carry on top. Then again 1 plus 1, 0 with a carry 1. And finally since we don't have the next sequence, we'll write here 1. And this will be the answer. Now how to write the answer? You will be writing it equals to 1. How many times 0 is there? 2. Or in other format also it can be written 10001 to the base 2 plus 4 times 1 to the base 2 equals to 1, 3, 4, 5 to the base 2. So this way the addition will be done. Another example, this is the first example which I have given. Now the second one, suppose you have 00111 plus 10000, this much only. So base again 2 and you have to find out the value. So how? Again, first write the first number given. From right hand side, start writing the number. It's 0, 0, 0 and 1. Now, from the table which I had told, 1 plus 0, it's 1. 1 plus 0, again 1. 1 plus 0, 1. 0 plus 0, 0. 0 plus 1, 1. So again we'll write the answer in that format. 10111 to the base 2. So this is the part of addition. Same way for subtraction, we have again those 4 columns will be taken into consideration. Now we are going to learn subtraction. For subtraction, again we'll write the 4 combinations 0, 0, 1, 1. Here it's very easy to learn in binary addition that whenever 1 is present in one of the cases, then output is 1. But if both the places are similar, the output is 1, 0. So you can learn it easily. Now for subtraction, we'll make the column like this. 0 minus 0, it will be 0. 0 minus 1. For this, in case of addition, we were taking the carry to the next order. But here we'll take a borrow. Okay, so here the answer will be 1, and you will write there borrow from the previous number. 1 minus 0, it's 1 only. 1 minus 1, it's 0. Okay, so let's take one example. Suppose the number is 10110 as given in your book minus I want 101 to the base 2. So start writing that. Solution, will write 10110. Now from the right hand side 101 and we'll start doing it. We know that since 0 minus 1 will have to take a borrow from the previous one. So from here we'll take 1, and since from here we are taking 1, it will become 0 and this number will become 10. And 10 minus 1 is equivalent to 1. Now the current position here, 0 minus 0 will be 0, 1 minus 1 will be 0, 0 under that no digit, so it will remain 0, and here it will remain 1. So answer again same way, 10001 to the base 2. So this was about subtraction. I hope you all have understood this much. Next is multiplication. Multiplication is not given in your book, so we'll do binary multiplication is given. So for that again we'll make the table. Now it's multiplication. For that again make that table. Twice 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1. 0 multiplied by 0, it will be 0. 0 into, wherever the presence of 0, output will be 0. And if it is 1, 1, output will be 1. So, in multiplication, we'll have to multiply and then add. So, while adding, same rules of additions will be followed. Let's take one example for multiplication. Suppose we are going to multiply 101 to the base 2 multiplied by twice 1. Now find the solution. For that, what you have to do, write the first number. Same way as you were doing normal multiplication for our decimal numbers which we use, same way it will be conducted. Now multiply by 1, it will be 101. Put a cross and then multiply by 1 again, it will be this only. Now here you'll have to follow the rules of addition. 1, 0 plus 1, 1, 1 plus 0, 1, and here only 1. So output will be, or answer will be 4 times 1 to the base 2. This was about multiplication. Next we have division. For division, we'll follow the rules of division and then subtraction part will be used. So let's start with the table of division now. In this case also the output is similar. Division 4 times 2 times 0, 2 times 1, 0, 1, 0, 1. Here if you divide this, output will be 0. If you will divide this, output will be 0. Here also 0 and here it will be 1. So following this rule, let's take one example. We have 1011 to the base 2 divided by 10 to the base 2. Let's do it. For this, same way as you do normal multiplication, we'll write this number and here the divisor will be written. What you will multiply with 1 so that you will get here 1 only. Okay, so it will be 1 0. We have cut it. Drag 1 from the top. Now we'll put a 0 here and drag 1 again. Okay, then 1 here, 1 0, and we have remainder. Okay, so this is the remainder which we have got, and this is the quotient which we have got. So answer, quotient is 101 to the base 2 and remainder is simply 1 or 01 to the power base 2. So all these are arithmetical operations which you can perform on binary numbers. But never forget to write the base there. So that's all for today. Thank you and have a nice day.